Hello! Today we are continuing to talk about common class activities and what to do when you encounter them, maybe for the first time. Today we have true or false questions. Hopefully these will be pretty simple for you. True just means something is correct or right, and false means it's incorrect or wrong. They are opposites. So, for example, it is true that I am speaking English right now. It is false that I am speaking Swahili. So, here's an example of some true or false questions, which actually I should say true or false statements. True or false is usually set up as a statement, a sentence. It's not asking you anything, it is just saying something, and it is your job as the student to figure out if it is true or false. So you will not see a question mark. So this is President Joe Biden. True or false? This is the same as asking right or wrong. Or yes or no. Sometimes you will just see it as yes or no in your textbook. But if you see it true or false somewhere else, same thing. So yes or no, which also just means yes or no, and you can circle which one you think it is. It's almost like a miniature multiple choice. So true or false, you will see it abbreviated as T/F, T or F. So sometimes true or false questions will have space for you to write the correct answer if the answer is false. So we can say false, this is president, and then write in who this president is if you know. Good. Another example of true or false could be more of a reading exercise. So take a look at Oscar's schedule and read this sentence. Oscar plays baseball on Mondays and Fridays. So we'll look under Monday. Oscar has, baseball. But then we also have to look at Friday, because this is kind of a two-part statement. Both parts have to be true for this to be a true answer. So Oscar plays baseball on Mondays, and what does he have on Friday? Baseball. So we can say this is true. But if the question were different, and this is why you have to read carefully, Oscar plays baseball on Mondays, which we know is true, and Wednesdays. But if we look at Wednesdays, we don't see anything about baseball. So because this is true, but this is false, the entire question is false. So our answer would be false. Both parts have to be true, or all parts have to be true. Because sometimes there's more than two parts, so sometimes these can be a bit tricky. Next, Oscar has a busy weekend. A busy weekend. First you have to know what days are the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are usually considered the weekend. And we have to know what busy means. What is busy? Busy means you have a lot of things to do. You don't have any time just to yourself. But there's nothing on Oscar's schedule. So Oscar has a busy weekend. We can say that is false. Next, Oscar goes grocery shopping on Tuesday. And this should be pretty simple. You can figure out the answer for yourself. Now, other ways your teacher might ask you to participate in true or false is sometimes you have this letter T that stands for true, the color is green. And this letter F, the color is red. So sometimes you'll have a green and a red piece of paper or an index card or a popsicle stick, and your teacher may say, "Okay, class, so look at the schedule. Oscar plays baseball on Tuesdays. If you think this is true, hold up your green card, like a green light, or red. And then if you think this is false, hold up your red card." Or popsicle stick. Your teacher can also do this with holding up numbers of fingers. So if you think Oscar plays baseball on Mondays and Fridays, if you think this is true, hold up one finger. If you think this is false, hold up two fingers. That's another way. Or they may simply say, "Who thinks this is true?" Or raise your hand if you think this is true. Okay, put your hands down. And then who thinks this is false? Raise your hand if you think this is false. And so show of hands. So it may not be a written response. They may be able to do this as a listening exercise. So, good. And then true or false can also be adapted for a personal response. So this is Mindy. Mindy likes to walk her dog at the park in the afternoons. So this is now asking about you. So the statement, I like to walk my dog, is that true or false for you? And there's no right or wrong answer here. This is just so your teacher and or your classmates can learn more about you. So, I like to walk my dog. For me, this is false, because I don't have a dog. If I did have a dog, I might like to walk him. But if I had a dog, maybe I don't like to walk him. Maybe I like to run with him instead. So this can be false for multiple reasons. But it could also be true. Maybe I have a dog and I like walking it, then it's true. So, next, I like the park. I would say for me, this is true. For you, maybe it's not true. So, or maybe you like the park, but you like the movie theater better, you like the grocery store better. So there's not exactly a wrong answer. Then you also might just see this phrased as Mindy likes to walk her dog at the park in the afternoons. What about you? And then this is a yes or no. So, good. So this is true or false. So some tips for true or false. Take time to read the entire statement carefully, because remember, if only one part is false, the entire statement is false. So, that's what this says. And then, if you don't know, it's okay to guess. You have a 50% chance of getting the answer right if you guess. So to guess means I choose either true, I choose true, or I choose false. I don't really care. I pick whichever one I want. But if you do guess, it might be a good idea to mark the question so you know that, oh, I guessed on this answer, I didn't know the answer. So then you can ask your teacher about it later. So good. True or false?